the trial of Donald Trump save Joe Biden?
I can't speculate on that. What I'd like to do tonight on NewsNation, Leland, with your permission, of course, is just go over a few facts. I'm so tired of the partisan analysis of this Trump trial. It's just annoying and corrupt. So let's just stay in the zone of reality. The genesis of this is a woman who allegedly had an affair with Donald Trump. That woman wanted money shortly before the 2016 vote to keep quiet. What would you label that? Some would say it's extortion, blackmail. That is the genesis of the case. Apparently, money did find its way to the woman, Stormy Daniels. Okay, now that has happened 10 million times in the United States since the turn of the 20th century, maybe 20 million times. The difference here, and this is again factual, is that the prosecutor is alleging this had something to do with the election of 16. But he hasn't, Alvin Bragg, told the jury, the defense, or the American people what exactly the crime is. Did you know that? We don't know what the crime is because just giving somebody money and masking it in a business sense is a misdemeanor. There has to be a felony, and there are 34 felony counts. What are they? You remember the famous press conference with Alvin Bragg saying, I don't have to tell you. And he still hasn't told us. I submit to you, this is in fact, this is an opinion, that very few jurisdictions in the United States would have brought this case. Maybe DC, maybe California. That's it. Okay. Then we have the federal judge, the federal apparatus, I should say. The Justice Department refused to bring a case against Trump. The U.S. attorney in the Southern District said, no, I'm not going to bring the case. So if Trump violated federal election law, certainly they would have brought the case. No, it's a local case. Again, we don't know what the felony crime allegedly is. We don't know. That in itself will overturn whatever happens on appeal, but appeal will be after the election this year. Then you have the judge, Juan Marcon. Okay. Openly Democratic, gave money to the Democratic Party. His daughter is a progressive activist. The right and fair and just thing to do was for Judge Marcon to recuse himself. If I was a judge and Joe Biden was brought before me, I would recuse myself because I'm on the record saying I don't think Joe Biden is a good president and I shouldn't preside over anything that he does. And Marcon should have done that. And finally, there's no way that Donald Trump gets a fair trial in New York City. Everybody knows that. There's no way. This is going to be tilted against him. Stuff's going to be said, objections overruled. You know the drill. So this is harmful to the entire country, to our democracy. It's a travesty. It should never happen.
Okay. Some of the things I think reasonable people could agree you laid out were facts. Some are opinions that I think a lot of people would agree with as well. Will the facts, though, matter?
Yeah, what facts are they, Leland?
No, the facts that you just laid out about the judge, about the case, about that this really is not.
They matter.
No, I understand they should matter. Are they going to matter politically, though?
I don't know. Who knows? I mean, look, you got Joe Biden now. If you watched him today with the president of Iraq, he could not even have a conversation. The man's incapable of having a conversation. He had to read stuff off cards in the middle of him talking to the president of Iraq. Come on. Any citizen casting a ballot for this man, I can't even fathom it.
Okay, but hold on, Bill. Look,
gone.
Bill, you and I covered, obviously, you at The Factor, covered the 2016 race, okay? And there was an enormous amount of scorn given to Trump voters. How could anyone vote for this man? They're all deplorables, on and on and on and on. But the type of language you just used about voters for Joe Biden is pretty similar. How could anybody vote for him? Isn't that the same mistake Democrats made about Republicans?
Scorn is fine. Scorn is protected under the First Amendment. You want to scorn me, and many have, fine. You have a perfect right to do that. But when you see day in and day out the President of the United States incapable of even having dialogue with another head of state, he has to read off cards. That is beyond worrisome. We're into a zone we have never been in, and I know all about Woodrow Wilson and his stroke, but this is 10 times that.
Good point.
So I don't know if Americans are going to allow a trial in New York City that's a kangaroo situation, and I'm sorry to use the cliche, affect their vote when the opposition is as discombobulated as it is.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.